Hello buddy, welcome back to my channel. And today's video, we're switching gears just a little bit. In this video, I'm going to be building something for the wife. Now, I haven't really built her anything lately, or something just for her. A couple years back, I built her like that Starry Night Reaper and the Forever Rose and things like that. But I haven't actually built anything just for her. Well, a couple weeks back, she went and the Daisy One picked up this little wand thing right here. It's just like an empty glass, wand that they can fill with different color diamonds and stuff like that to kind of give it like a specific color. Show it green, black, and stuff like that because her favorite color is green. Well, she asked me if I could build her some kind of display piece that allow her to display it. So I kind of come up with this idea of making like a wall fixture that can hang on the wall. That's going to have some LEDs and stuff like that. And hopefully the LEDs will kind of help light the thing up, maybe make some of the diamonds and stuff kind of sparkle and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into this and see how this one turns out. So to give you a quick idea of what the game plan here is I'm going to be taking this piece of 1x12 right here. I'm going to rip it into two pieces, a back piece and then a bottom piece. On the bottom piece, I'm going to be running a channel in there with a router that the little LED strip will be able to sit down inside. So this is the LED strip right here, the remote where you can change all the colors. And then on the back side, I'm going to take some Lexan right here, just some clear Lexan. That's going to come out the back side this way. So this way it doesn't obstruct with the lights on the bottom. And by it being clear, it's going to allow the light to travel through it. So it's hopefully not going to do a whole lot of obscuring around the wand itself. So there'll be one that's going to fit around the base here, and then one that's going to have a smaller hole to fit around this portion right there. So let's go ahead and get into it and see how this works out. Before I send this piece through the table saw and cut it to size, I want to go ahead and make that channel and the bottom for that LED strip first because it'd be easier to do it with the lumber being full size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the drill bit that's the size of the bit that I'll be using in my router to get a starter location. Then I'm going to use this level right here, clamp it to the table so I can make a nice straight line from one end to the other. With the main channel being done for the LED strip, now I need to make a spot where I can send the wire. So I'm going to change it to a smaller bit, make a smaller channel right here. And that's going to allow me to run the wire towards the back of the shelf and out the bottom. Right here, I'm just making some quick measurements to find out how far off the back side the wand has to sit so it sits directly above the LED strip. Now what I'll be using to hold the wand up in position is going to be this clear polycarbonate right here, also known as Lexan. I'm using this right here because it's going to be a clear, transparent plastic, so hopefully it doesn't obstruct the light traveling through it or also obstruct the wand itself. Now for the back side, we decided to give it a little bit of a crown shape, so this way it kind of gives it a little bit of a profile and kind of makes it look a little bit nicer than just a squared off piece of wood. Then I'm just going to use my router to kind of go over the edge to kind of round it out and make it look a little bit nicer. All right, to give you a quick update of where I'm at the moment, I got everything kind of glued together and nailed and screwed and all that good stuff. I did have to make a repair on this side because the little trench that I have right here, for my wire, as I was using the router, it blew it out because there's not a lot of material there. So I just put a small piece of 1/4 inch plywood in there. Once it's all dry and I sand everything, it should blend in just fine considering I'm going to be painting it and not staining it. So we'll have the LED strip right here. That'll sit down inside there. And that trough just so the wire can go through and it's going to come out the bottom. So the LED strip will sit in just like that. Then I have these pieces right here. These will all get epoxied into position. And then the wand will slide in from the one side because I made it larger just specifically for that. And then the wand will sit just like that, right over top of the LED strip. So when it's hanging up on the wall, the lights will come up from the bottom, it cast all over the wand. We're trying to decide if we're going to put our name here or just leave it blank. We haven't decided that yet, but this is where I'm at the moment. Next step, go ahead and get these epoxied in position, let those dry, then I'll tape those off so I don't get any paint on them, get everything painted, and start the assembly. Alright, so what I'm using here is a JB Weld 2-part epoxy. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the epoxy around the little shelf pieces themselves and also into the chamfer that they go into, just to get the best bond possible. What we're going to paint it with is a super dark green that she picked out. We actually used this paint when I remodeled her office space and we had some left over, so we're going to use it for this project. Okay, so we got all the painting done. We did this gold on the edge right here. That's kind of something she wanted to do, just to kind of break up all that dark green a little bit, to kind of give it a little bit of a decorative finish to it. So let's go ahead and put the LEDs in. Now I tested these out on my workbench, and they're pretty bright. Not to mention LEDs are very directional. They're very pinpoint. So what I want to do is I want to be able to disperse that light a little bit. So I made myself a little diffuser out of some Lexan and sanded it down. That'll fit down inside here and hopefully kind of disperse that light a little bit more. So we don't see a bunch of like dots, I guess you can say. So, but this will essentially go right down inside here. You know, see that sits actually below the surface. So when you're looking at it straight on, when it's up on the wall, you won't see that at all. Then the wand will slide in here. Go ahead and plug the LEDs in. And there we go. So we'll go ahead and put the camera at a better angle so you guys can see it, you know, how it disperses the light up to it. All right, so I went ahead and turned a few of the lights off in the shop so we can see the light shine on this a little bit better. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So like I was saying, this is one of the ones you can change the light on, plus you can increase the brightness of the LEDs. So right now I have it at the lowest setting. So let's go ahead and bring it all the way up real fast, kind of show you. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and bring it back down about halfway. I'm going to go through all the colors real quick. Now, the one thing I was kind of noticing is I was kind of hoping that the LEDs, when they shine up through there, they're going to capture all the little flat spots of all the diamonds and kind of give it a little bit of like, say, maybe like the disco ball kind of look, or maybe like a twinkle or like a sparkle kind of effect. And it's not really doing that. And I think a little bit has to do with the glass itself diffusing the light, not allowing it to capture it like you know, like I was hoping it was going to. So it didn't quite turn out quite like I wanted, but I mean, it still doesn't look too bad. And certain colors are definitely going to look better than other colors. Like, I think this is probably the best color, I think, for it. This one and this one also aren't too bad. And it also depends on how bright you make it. Obviously, it's going to make a big difference too. Like right there, you can see everything, the wand and the little diamonds in there pretty good. You bring it down like this, you don't really see the diamonds as much, but the wand kind of stands out a little bit. But overall, I don't think it was too bad of a little project. It's a little something for her. She asked me to find a way that she can display her wand up on the wall, be able to hang it up. And I decided I wanted to be able to make it light up so it would look a little bit cooler than just having it hang on the wall. And this is essentially what I decided to come up with. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. We'll see you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching.